and good morning and afternoon and evening and all that good stuff. Oh, yes. I am here and with my
You're
buddy
here.
Chris. So what's going on? What's going on, y'all? Are
Another
y'all
day.
tired?
Another day, right?
Yeah, but today, like you said, I am feeling very relaxed. Even though I got work to do, and I enjoy doing my interior design work. So I am in heaven, shopping, moving things around, fixing things, building things. But then there's always two things that happen in interior design. Always. You order all the furniture, accessories, pictures, everything. And then there's always one product, at least one product that doesn't arrive on time for staging. That's one. Number two, the other thing that always happens is Murphy's Law is operating in these little situations
Hmm.
where you order something, it doesn't show up, or you order and everything is good, but that one product dented, cracked, broken. Two things always happen in a massive interior design project. It always comes with the
Yeah.
territory.
And it's always
And
that
so
piece
we
that
had
you
that
need,
here.
that one piece you really need.
And it's the one piece you need. The dining room table was supposed to be here. Now, the main part of it, everything was here, we thought was here. Then, when we got here, when we arrived, and it was time now to put the dining room table together, all of the pieces, like the fix, all the pieces, like the screws and everything, were missing.
Of
Were
course.
missing.
Of course.
Now, the hardest thing to do is find a dining room table. But thanks to Amazon, we were able to find a dining room table. It hasn't been delivered yet, so we're still waiting for the dining room table.
We'll cross our fingers for you.
Built the chairs, got the condenser done, got the lighting done, got the accessories done. However, the table itself is not here. And then one piece of the sofa. Two pieces of the sofa here, because it's like a connection, you connect them. And
Mm-hmm.
one of the pieces has not arrived yet. And it was supposed to arrive. We couldn't figure out why would you be delivering it in in pieces? Like
But that's how furniture comes nowadays. Everything comes in pieces.
everything comes in
And
pieces.
they're still charging you the same price.
And they still charge the same price, and you have to build the furniture now.
Yeah.
You can't
It's
go
not
in the
like
store like the old days and buy furniture.
this is IKEA's world.
The whole IKEA mentality. IKEA has changed the world. So anyway, I see some
Yeah.
people in the building. Welcome to the Touch Base Daily. This is our Wednesday where we have conversation. So that's a good thing. They put that banner on the board. What is it? Where are we? Let's talk
Let's
Wednesday.
talk water
And
cooler.
there we go. And so, yeah, I am excited about what's going on. Unfortunately, they did release I think the autopsy for Nolan, and that was I'm not sure which one was it, the state or was it the investigate the for Crump,
The
the
private.
for the Nolan people, the private one. And there was some inconsistencies, but nothing that they said was major because they've been covering it really in depth on Don Lemon. So if you want an in-depth following of that story and what's happening with the Nolan Wells story, I think Don Lemon's show is really doing an amazing job with connecting people from the different entities that are helping, and working with TMZ and a bunch of other folks. So
Yeah.
if you're interested in
So
that story, that's a good story, a place to go for
just
it.
to clarify, it was the independent autopsy results that were undetermined.
Okay, so it's yeah. So
Yeah.
we don't know what the state has to say. We just know what the independent and Dr. Frida was saying that there's a missing piece of the report, and that is the throat and chest, the lungs, and that so that's the mystery of where it is, and they don't have that part of the report. So, again, we will continue to keep our eyes on what's going on there. But again, also there, I mean, I'm not sure if your feed has been inundated by all of the black missing sorry, let me say, kids that are black that are missing around the country, also that have been found deceased and labeled suicide when it doesn't look like suicide. So definitely these stories all have a connection. Uh, they have a thin, what do you call it, a thin thread that runs through them. And one of those threads is simply when you talk about the Nolan Wells and all of these cases, what two things run through them? Black people, right? They're young, black
Hmm.
young, and the police or the authorities are not taking these cases seriously. And if it was a blonde, blue hair, young girl, they would be all over it. It would be on all the
Yeah.
tape
Well,
station. Be
can we
followed.
say this? It's Nancy Grace is now on the case. She
Oh yes, Nancy Grace. Yes,
and this now, it's so unfortunate to say this, but her picking up this case and running with it, even though she's giving information. Well, at the very beginning, when she was giving information that we people in the social
we
media
already
circles
knew.
already knew, is giving it a spotlight on it, and now it's being really picked up by a lot of mainstream media. And she's always a dog with a bone. She's going to
Ooh,
get
she
to the
doesn't
bottom
give
of it.
up.
Yeah.
Nancy.
So I what my wish and my prayer for this is that she works closely with other people, like the Don Lemons and
And
those
Crump,
kind
I
of people
think I hope
and Crumb
she really like
to
aligns.
yeah, to
And
get more information out there and to get truthful information. Let's just not say information, but truthful information out there.
yes,
Yeah. But
clear,
before
clean, concise
yeah,
information. And
yeah,
she seems to be on this case. I mean, she came out the gate running. However, like Chris was saying, for our audiences or for the people that we follow, like Don Lemon, Joy Reid,
yeah,
um, uh, August, Acosta, and a bunch of people that have been following this case and giving us the in-depth information. Someone brought up a good point, but her audience needs to be abreast. So she's bringing
yeah.
up these points. She may already know the points, but she needs to bring the points in so that her audience knows what's going on. Because guess what? She has a big following.
She
She has a
does.
big audience, and she asked a lot of questions that everyone else was asking. Why this didn't happen? Why didn't that happen? Why did they wait so long? I mean, so this is one of the most, I think it's going to end up being a captivating case, obviously, to the country. And I hope it brings change. I hope, I'm always hoping it brings change. But this is such a horrible situation. No one should have to bury their children.
Not at
And
all.
you can't
So
imagine when you love, especially someone young, or just person in general. How many of us you look at your husband, you look at your wife, your children when they leave the house in this world that we live in today, and you are always praying and saying, God, bring them home. Because every day is, could be, any day could be tragic.
yeah,
And so every day your loved ones come home is to be celebrated. And and again, say the love yous to the people you really love, the people that you love, and spend time with the people you say you love, and make it happen.
Yeah.
Okay,
So
what
let's
else is
jump
going
back to
on?
the let's go well let's go back to the comments and say some hellos to people. There's a lot of
Yeah. Oh, we
comments
didn't
in
say
there, and
hello, did we?
no, and there's a lot of people in the room today.
Oh,
Well,
we did not
were.
say hello. My brain. Oh, what's going on?
It's
Okay,
okay. It's okay.
Chris gets the gold this day. Chris R is in the building. She says good morning. And then we have the wonderful Jazzy Jazz is in the building. Jazzy Jazz. I don't know if it was in your stories or was it in your feed. That black and white picture,
Yeah, I know. Very
beautiful.
nice. Beautiful photo.
Oh my gosh. I was like, oh, is she doing an editorial?
It was
Like, I
very
mean, it
nice.
was so beautiful. I was like, I knew Jazzy was a beautiful woman, but I didn't realize how really, I was like, holy goodness gracious, Jazzy is a beautiful looking woman. I mean, really beautiful. And, but I was like, wow, I love that photo. Oh, just had to
It was
say
a
it.
good
But
one.
Jazzy's here. She gets the silver today. And look who's here with the hump day happies. It's Omar. It's the Omar Ramos is in the building with the bronze this morning. And we have the wonderful travel more, which is in the building. Good morning, John. Good morning, Ron, Chris, and Touch Base Delphi. You know, I love that. Um, Tanya is she lives in the world of travel. And I love that she uses the play on her name. Like her last name is Moore. And so she says travel more,
Of
right?
course.
I love that. I love that. It was just one day I just sat there and said, I was just looking at it. I was like, go ahead. She's a genius. Mimi's in the building. She says, good morning, Ron, Chris, and RLP, Touch Base Daily Family. And we have the wonderful Bryson in the building. He says, what's up, Ron? What's up, Chris? What's up, everybody? Happy Who Wants to Be a Millionaire weekend. Really? Really?
Wednesday. Wednesday.
Wednesday. Is that? Duh. My glasses need to be adjusted. And what's up, Jazzy? What's up? I see all that. Let's go through here. Jazzy said it was the independent autopsy. Yes, thank you. And also we have Tanya from the wonderful Thailand. Just let it arrive, shrink wrapped, and when I cut it open, please let it fully assembled couch pop out
Well, listen, that's actually now the more popular way of shipping furniture.
like
They
beds.
shrink.
The
Yeah,
beds now.
no, not even beds, but couches, sofas, chairs. They're a lot of them are heavy, dense foam that they roll, they wrap, they shrink wrap, and then they ship. And there, by the way, there are so many funny videos of people unwrapping these beds and not realizing. Don't stand behind them
Those stand.
when you cut them because they're getting hit in the face and being flung across the room. But yeah, that is the way furniture is being shipped nowadays.
Well, this mattress, that's how it was shipped.
Yeah.
Is I don't know the name of this mattress. Kind of starts with an N. It's been advertised a lot online, and it's like a very hardcore foam, like you said, Chris. It is the most
They're comfortable.
comfortable sleep
Yep.
I have had. We rolled it out, and I
Oh,
tell
you
you,
probably have a nectar.
yes,
Yeah,
yes,
that's the. I believe that's when we have. That's the mattress we have in the room now.
it is
Very
so
comfortable,
firm and
and they're
comfortable.
not
It
cheap.
almost feels like a little bit of a memory, kind of like when you lay
They
in it.
so yeah.
It
So
kind of
they do.
conforms to
They
where
have
you're
different
laying.
types. They have different types. Some of them have memory foam, some of them don't. But they're and then here's the thing: they're not cheap. But the one thing about a lot of these companies, and who really started this trend was a company called Casper.
Yes,
Casper was the first people
Casper.
to really get them out, but um, you know, they're expensive. They some of them will still allow you to try them out for like 100 days. And if you're not satisfied, they'll come back and take them and refund your money. But
So you
they're
definitely
very
can't repackage
comfortable.
it.
No, they had to. They sent someone out to come back and retrieve the mattress.
This mattress came in a box that was like that wide and about this tall, off the ground.
Yeah.
And next thing you know, unravel that thing, and I mean, it is an amazing mattress.
But it really does take a full day for it to really inflate properly to
Yes,
uncompress. People, they say or 8 hours roughly. People don't realize when you jump on once it finally when it first comes out, like, oh, that's not the full
that's not the
feel of the
full.
mattress. You have to let it really just like adjust for about a
It's
good 8
so
hours to a day.
nice. I have the
Yeah.
best. I've been here. We've had it out 2 days, and that's the first thing we did when we arrived on Sunday was to get the bedding done. And I have to tell you, it's been the best sleep I've had in a long time. I love the way it feels. I love
Yeah.
this new mattress. Dia says, "Hello, Ron, Chris, and Touch Base Daily family. It's so good to see you again. If you're in the building, make sure you hit the like. That lets the algorithms know that we are having conversations here. And also, if you're here for the first time, hit subscribe, hit the notification bell to let you know when we're on. Hello, Jazzy. I see a question for Chris. How you doing, Chris? Nice to see you. How
I'm
are you
good. Great
doing?
to see you, Diaz. Hold on, go back up. You missed Bryson's. I'll pop it on screen because I want
Okay.
to talk about this. The Odyssey made $124.5 million at the box office over the weekend, and MAGA folks are big mad about the Odyssey getting numbers. So there are two things in
Why?
this.
Why?
Yes.
Why is MAGA
Well,
upset?
so hold on. The Odyssey made back its money in less than 2 days. It
What?
is Oscar worthy. It's going to get all the
It's gonna get
nominations.
Oscars.
It's Nolan film. You can't get around it. Now, MAGA is upset because of a few things. Lupita Nyong'o's in it, and she's playing the god of beauty.
Okay.
Um, and then there's the other I forget their name. They're transgender. Someone put in the comments who that person is. Bryson. So I forget her name. Their name. But MAGA wants to be mad about everything. They're saying, they were telling people to boycott the movie. It's not
Oh,
going to
they're
make any
so stupid.
money. This and
They're
that.
so stupid.
They're just being what they normally are, stupid. Yes.
MAGA folks are the dumbest people on the planet. We say it all the time. MAGA is stupidity. Stupidity and all of the bad things about the human species that we have on planet Earth.
But listen,
They represent the
they
worst
can
of humanity.
they can say whatever they want. The numbers will speak for themselves, and they
And
have.
most of
And
them are
this,
uneducated. And the ones that are,
yeah,
they're using people. So they're just a happy little
this
land
is
of
going to
misfit
be
toys.
Matt Damon's probably best movie ever. And
They
then
said yes. And the
he's
woman, there's a woman in there that Matt Damon was sharing in his interview yesterday, or that we saw the
yeah,
interview
it
on
was
it.
on the View.
And
Why can't I
on the
remember?
view,
Hold
where
on, I'll
she
pull it
is
up. Pull up her
very,
name.
she has a lot of muscles. Matt Damon said she works out harder than he did. And she is an incredible foe. I think is she against him in the movie? I don't know.
I'm gonna try to see it this weekend.
I'm gonna try to see. Well, I told you last week I tried to see it. It was sold out. It
Yeah,
was
that sounds about right.
totally sold out. Yes. And New York City, you only have that one large IMAX that's up uptown.
Anne Hathaway is getting Oscar buzz for this as well because
Oh, yeah, because she's
yeah,
good. I love me
yeah.
some Anne. I love
And
the
by the way,
cast is incredible.
yeah, Elliot Page was the one I was talking about. Transgender.
Oh,
Uh,
Elliot.
Elliot Page is in it, and that
Okay.
they were up in arms. Because here's the thing: this movie has everything and everybody in it that MAGA is against and hates.
Black people,
People of
trans
color,
people,
trans people,
people that work,
yeah,
people that work, real people,
yeah,
human beings.
pretty much, pretty much. Anyway,
MAGA.
but yeah, thanks for that, Bryson. That's a
Thank you,
big one.
Bryson. And Chris says no, but a lot of Hunter body has been in. Oh, speaking of hunters, and we are talking. I don't know if we talk about it now, but we can talk about it at some point. Hunter Biden has been making his rounds, and he's kind of like having a
He's
good time
clapping.
doing
He's
it.
clapping back.
He is clapping back hard. I mean, he's letting MAGA know you put me out there.
Well,
Now
not
I'm
even
really gonna be out
not
there.
even that. Like I know that they were trying to JD Vance was trying to say something about Biden about how he was eating ice cream and
How
sexualizing
he
it.
was eating ice cream. They were
And
sexualizing Biden eating ice cream.
but
Who was
they
it?
came
Was
out. They came
Lance
out
and
with
some other
it was Vance.
podcaster.
I don't know, but anyway, they came out and they
Oh,
put out a photo and just kind of clapped back at them. It's just like
they're
these guys.
sick.
Instead of worrying about this country and what it needs, they're spending their time doing stuff like this.
MAGA is full of. Again, I always say from the very beginning, misfit toys. They are the kids that were tossed to the, or at least they felt they were tossed to the side. They were the extreme nerds, socially
Awkward.
awkward, and they failed at everything, or they were such nerds that no one acknowledged their presence.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Can I?
MAGA.
I just want to jump. I want to jump back real quickly. Something with the Odyssey, like
Yeah,
this
go ahead.
cast. This young there's a lot of young people in this cast. Elliot Page, Zendaya, Tom Holland, Travis Scott, Anne Hathaway, Toshana. But a lot of these artists, actors are having one hell of a year. So like Zendaya has a couple movies coming out this year. She's got
Yes,
Dune 3 coming out later.
Spider-Man.
Um, Spider-Man, same with Tom Holland, Spider-Man coming out. Anne Hathaway just had The Devil Wears
That
Prada
was Prada too.
too. So these are working actors and like very sought after, and they're having their like really great careers and really good years this year. I just want to throw
And
that out there.
I will even talk about that thought. What you're saying is, I would say that these people also are. We've already handed the torch. Our
Yeah,
generation has
yeah,
finally handed the torch, and these are the Hollywood movie stars now.
yeah.
I mean, back when
Especially
you remember, it was
Zendaya.
Brad. Used to always be Brad Pitt. It was
Yeah,
always all these different
but
people. But
well, like
now,
they're
the
directing now
generation,
though. Yeah,
yeah.
but like Zendaya's only like 20. She's in her mid 20s. Like the amount of movies and TV shows that she's done and the acclaim that she has, like she is that girl. She's like the Elizabeth Taylor. You know that
Of this
caliber of movie
generation.
star. Yeah, yeah,
And she takes really good roles and really complicated roles.
yeah, yeah.
I mean,
Anyway,
I just love it. I love that all these people, these young people are where they when we were watching them, they were kids. Now we are older, and now they are the young stars.
yeah,
And they're really good
they're
actors.
great actors. Great actors.
Yes.
Yeah,
I love it. I love it. I love seeing the new, well, you know how I feel about generation stuff. I really believe, let young people go. Let them live their best life. Let them be free. Give them their freedom. Don't hold them down, just like the progressives in the Democrat Party. Don't hold these young people down. Give them full reign of the party. Older folks, you're not relics, but
yeah,
step aside. Step
yeah. Let the
aside
young
and
people do it.
coach,
Yeah,
mentor. That's what our generation should be doing. Mentoring, coaching, helping them along the way. But let these young people be who they are and
yeah.
share their wisdom. You know I can go down that rabbit hole.
Yeah. So wait, I want to switch subjects real quickly because this is a story that we talked about. I believe it was last week or the week before. Just an update. So for those that remember, we talked about Andrew Gillum. He was a
Yes,
former candidate for governor of Florida. Um, of course, he was arrested for drug possession. He had actually tested positive. I mean, sorry, negative for drugs in his system. So he did not have
good.
drugs in this. He did not take the drugs. He was just found in possession of it. So continue to pray for him and give his family the time that they need to get back to where they need to be.
And also the people of Native Podcasts.
Yeah,
They are so good over there. I love Native Podcasts. They are again. I mean, obviously for me, they're young, right? As I look at now, I'm embracing my. Yesterday I had my senior moment, and meaning I was officially sanctioned a senior citizen by the United States government. So I got
that's
that
not
done
saying much though,
yesterday.
but
I'm officially a senior citizen. And so you really do see the world differently. And you really do have respect for all of the incredible people that are coming behind you, right? Our generation has done a lot, good and bad. But I am just loving these new people, the young people that are taking Mondani here in New York, the mayor of Baltimore, the
Yeah,
mayor of Mississippi, the Congress people of Tennessee, the two gentlemen Tennessee, and I mean the list goes on of
yeah.
these amazing young people
So
that are doing well.
can we say this? Because I think a lot of times, um, we've always said that we're fearful of the generation behind us, that they're not taking responsibility, not taking their reins, and these people are proving us wrong. And I'm glad. You mentioned the mayor of Baltimore. They've seen the lowest crime rate in decades under this young
Under this
mayor,
mayor, young mayor,
young black mayor at that.
yes,
You know, um,
yes,
and Mandani's doing an amazing job. Like they said that he's probably one of the first mayors to ever be elected to run on campaign on certain things and is actually accomplishing it and implementing them within the first year of his term. He's done so much in
yes.
less than a year than anyone else has ever done in a long time.
He's the first in history.
Yeah.
He's the first in New York history, like you just said, to have a list of those goals and campaign promises, and he has almost completed every single one of them and
It
more.
just it just shows it can be done.
It can be done. He balanced the budget. He balanced the budget.
Yeah.
He's now working on the transit system. He wants faster buses in not poor neighborhoods, in neglected neighborhoods,
Yeah.
which are usually poor, middle, working class neighborhoods.
Yep.
Even
All
so,
right.
anyway, I'll let that one sink in.
Want to
Let's
get
see
back
here.
to yeah.
So we did that. Let's. Oh,
No, there's
who's
still a ton of comments.
yes? I see. I love it. What now? Is it else? What's that? I don't know what
No,
else
I
that.
think it was another comment that she was just
Oh,
tagging
okay,
on
gotcha.
to.
Well, anyway, first of all, becoming Becca, welcome. I haven't seen you in the feed before, but it's so good to see ya. I hear is also photo Ken is in the building. Says, "Hey there, everyone," and we obviously got the 100%, got that going on. Hey, Hannah. Hannah's in the building today. What's up? She goes, "Good morning, Ron and Chris and Touch Base Daily Family." And we talk about the mattresses that bounce. This doesn't bounce that much. It doesn't bounce that much. I see here. T says, sorry, Chris says, looking forward to seeing the pics of the project you are working on, Ron. Yes, I can't wait to post those. I'll be posting them here. Okay. Bryson says, I know what you're talking about, Chris. And Chris says again, they tried to crap on the Michael Jackson movie, and I think it has made $1 billion.
Yeah.
Am I
Last
right?
week it made $1 billion last week, and Michael Jackson's nephew was the first time actor to actually make that amount of money on a film. Because remember, this was his first acting role ever.
Wow, wow. And one of the youth that I photographed for his one of his first promo photos for acting is in the Michael Jackson movie. He plays Jermaine. I'm so proud of him. His mom and dad are amazing. So I have a small connection. Oh, he's such a great guy. You probably saw him when I have photographed him and I last year at the Martha's Vineyard Film Festival, and we were taking pictures together. He and his dad and us, and up there in that wonderful event. Chris says they were ripping peak heads. Oh yes, that hearing was no joke, right? The head Seth, a
Yeah,
new one today. He's such an idiot. Well, this is what
he knew
happens
that.
when you have a government of actors and jur- washed up journalists that at these positions. John Leguizamo
Hmm.
has an incredible performance worthy of Best Supporting Actor. He also is in Odyssey, I do believe.
Yes.
Yes, and Spider-Man, Brand New Day next Friday, and Anne Hathaway go another project. What's that? Vertidity? Maybe it's missing something.
Hold on.
Coming out October 2nd. Grand Rising Ron. Hey, there's my girl. I was ready to say it. Aya. Thank you, Aya. So good to see you here in the building. And there we go. And
Yes,
Paramount,
Bryson.
yes, this is a good one here.
Yeah,
Paramount Warner Brothers went on hold by the judge. She says
yeah. 2 days
no.
ago. Yep. She
Yes,
paused
and
that.
the Ellison family
So
are not happy about this.
they are pissed because they were days away from closing that deal.
Yes, but the judge did the right thing because the Ellison family will own most of the media.
Yeah. How can one family own everything?
You
They
can,
go
especially
against
media.
everything.
There are laws against that kind of merger or having a conglomerate.
Yeah.
So stay tuned. I hope they trash it. I hope that they say, can't do, can't do. And I know the workers of like the employees of these companies are probably saying the same thing. What do you think? Anyway, Paramount Warner Brothers on hold.
Yep.
I see here, Chris says, your face has slimmed down. Who's that, Chris?
I
Yes,
think she's talking about
yes.
me. I don't know. You know what it is though too? I
You've been
just shaved.
walking.
Well, I walk every day. I've so here's a little behind the curtain type of thing. I started on New Year's Eve just walking like 4 miles every day. And then I've literally done it every day since then. I'm now almost 7 months completed doing it every single day. It's either a run or a walk. It wasn't intentional to do it every day, but since I started, I said I'm just going to keep going until I just can't do it anymore. So I don't know. I'm just going to keep going. But yeah, my face probably had come down a little bit. But then also I shaved today, so my beard's just a little bit slimmer.
So you're looking fresh. You're looking fresh.
Yeah, it's a fresh look. Literally, I just finished shaving before I came on.
Like one of my friends, so a couple of my friends, they were like, "Who's that? Who's that dude you got? I mean, who's that? Who's your partner on that's on the screen? He's really hot."
Well, I appreciate that.
And I go, "Oh, that's just Chris." I had a couple of friends. They were like, "Who's that guy?" And I was like, "Yeah, it's just Chris."
It's just Chris. Yeah.
So, but this is something. Can I just say something? Thank you, first of all, DS and Tanya. Um, they said, "Agree, DS, uplifting stream this morning." So we had this morning. Obviously, I do the morning show. Our morning show at 5:30 in the morning, and that's also because a lot of our community is international. So we have people usually there from different parts of the world. And so this morning was obviously, you know, I'm I am a private person, but and as I mentioned earlier, I try to keep my personal world like personal
Personal.
and not talk about so many things. However, and some people are my friends, and I feel like I do share quite a bit. And so one of my friends was like, "Ron, you sharing too much." I was like, "But that's the old days. The old days, people didn't share anything, and that's why people are not. That's why so many of us, our generation, did not learn until later because the older generation kept everything a secret. Everything was, oh, don't talk about it. You can't talk about it." So this morning, I was talking about the word for the day was trigger, being triggered. And I had an event that happened this week, and I was triggered, literally triggered. And I had thought I was healed of some things. And, and then such a situation happened, and I was emotionally triggered. And it just it really did me in. I mean, I was feeling
Mm.
all kinds of way. Anyway, I was sharing that. But the benefit of sharing this kind of stuff is that it encourages folks that, again, it is important to have therapy, it is important to get counsel, it is important to share because you get feedback, you get
Yeah.
restoration. But again, my point is that even when you think you've solved some of your triggers, because everyone has them, and we talked about it this morning as well, as the triggers are not only good, I mean bad, but we have good triggers. Think about the cologne someone wears, and you're like, "Oh my gosh, I remember that friend. Or that plant that you were walking by, you said, oh man, I remember when we were hanging out on the beach, listening to the music with my friends when we were in high school. I mean, or that song that comes on the radio. Oh man, we were hanging out in the church choir and we were hanging out laughing on the bus. Triggers. There are lots of triggers. We have good triggers and bad triggers.
Yeah.
Well, the bad triggers, we all need help. Some, you can't get over things. Most people say, oh, I can get over it by myself. No, you can't. You need,
You know what that's called? When you get over it by yourself, you're burying
you're
it.
burying it.
Yeah.
And you
Trust
need
me,
to
I
have
know.
counsel to say, and so I was triggered, and so about something, and I have the best. I just call her my daughter, but that's Adrian's wife. So Adrian's wife, I just call my daughter. I say daughter, and I had told her about the situation, and she gave me such, and she does a lot of counseling. She and her husband, and I sat there, and she gave me another perspective that I had not thought about, and I had to like regroup and say, but then I did not realize how I was triggered from something that had happened in the past and that I thought I had been healed of. I thought I had gotten over it. I say all of that is that your mental health is so important that even if you have to if you need, go to your insurance. I know here in America, we have our insurance stuff. Other overseas, people just go and get it. Usually is part of just being in their society. You can just get
Mhm.
help. But if you need to have a conversation, and there are free consultation lines that you can go to as well, but don't keep these things bottled up and think you are working on it by burying it. Chris said the best word. A lot of times we just bury it. And then when something happens that's connected or looks like it, the person that we go after may not be the person that is actually doing
Yeah.
it. It's just it triggered something that happened in the past.
And sometimes you don't even know that it's happening to you when it's happening. You can't
Yes.
see it. Everyone else around you will notice it and be like, well, what's going on with you? And you're like, well, what are you talking about? And they're like, no, you're not the same person. And I say this from experience. All right. And, just to kind of feed off of what you're saying about being triggered and stuff like that, I shared a lot on these social media feeds
Oh,
about
yes, you have.
myself, and I was never that person. I came to the realization, in order for me to be okay with where I am and to progress throughout this life, sometimes you have to share things. And then also, one of the things that I've always noticed, that if I had someone that I could hear their stories or see myself in them when I was younger, maybe I wouldn't have been so repressed. Um,
Mm,
so that's why without giving away everything, because I think that you have to hold some things back for yourself, but
hmm
sharing enough information that people can see themselves in you is beneficial. And
It
that's the reason
helps.
why I do it. This is the reason why I come on here. Like, I mean, I can be like, you know what? I'm going to keep my personal private views to myself. I know that you and I being on this platform opens ourselves up to a
Yes.
lot of positive and negative criticisms, and that's okay. I think that we're strong enough to deal with both,
Yes.
but we do this because one, we want to get our points across. We want to share our views, but then also just to be informative, to talk about what's going on in the world. And then, to be honest with you, this is just how you and I talk. For
Yes.
those
We
that
talk like this all the time.
don't know, this is how we communicate. Like when we talk on Mondays, this is how we talk. When we see each other in person, this is how we talk. So what you're getting is us talking. You're just now a part of the conversation, you
Yes.
know. Um, but someone had also asked, what are some positive things that triggered me? Honestly, I would have to say the one thing I can really think of off the top of my head is like everyone has a unique scent to them, and I've always been very good with scents. So like scents can trigger like really good memories or bad memories. One of the most positive ones for me is when I'm not around my husband, like say, like there are times we go on. I might be in New York for a week doing something. He's back here, and I get a whiff of his essence. It puts a smile on my face, and then also it kind of calms me down to a certain
Yeah,
degree. So like scents trigger me, um, and in a positive way. It
yeah.
brings back old memories of like when I was younger. Certain smells of foods will do that to me. So yeah, that's one of my positive triggers.
It's interesting you would say
Thanks,
that
Chris.
because I also, for instance, if I smell roast beef, like someone making really good roast beef, it triggers me to my childhood because
Yeah,
my mother used to make roast beef every Sunday. So she have that cooker thing that you lock it,
the pre-
and
the
the
pressure
pressure
cooker.
cooker. She
Yeah.
had that thing, and then it would just sit, and she would cook it like through the, I guess, through the morning or whatever. And
Hmm.
when it was time for dinner, you could just smell that pot roast. And the pot roast and the gravy and the white rice and the string beans. I mean, though when I smell pot roast, it immediately takes me to that moment. But smells, I'm like you, Chris. Smells, smells and music take
Yeah.
me. They're positive triggers
You know exactly
that
where you
take me
were
to
when you
different places.
smelt it or when you heard something. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's me. Here's the thing. I will admit it. I am the worst when it comes to names. So if I see you and I know you and I haven't seen you in a while, I if I might forget your name, but I will never forget your face. I am horrible with that. But scents and sounds, and then also like visual things. So like for me, when I was younger, before GPS and all this other stuff, my mom used to take me with her when she needed to go somewhere because I could remember how to get to a place because of all the visual cues. I would pick out like certain things like, all right, I remember this McDonald's on this corner. There was a statue right there. We had to turn right here. Like I was like her GPS. She would never go anywhere without me. So visual cues, scents, smells, and also sometimes someone's touch, how someone touches you can trigger
Yes.
something in you. How someone puts their arm on your shoulder, it because certain people have a certain way of touching you, and that will trigger you to remember something or remember that person.
One of my dear friends, I told him a couple of weeks ago, um, I said, I mean, because when he greets me, he gives me a really good hug. And I'm about a good hug. I love good hugs. I like to hug people and I love people love to be hugged. And I was telling him that when he hugs, when he gives you that hug, it's very securing. There's certain people that have a securing personality that make you
Hmm.
feel like you're protected, that you're not going to, no harm can come to you. But yeah, so I have friends like that. I have a couple of friends that are like that. But so there's a lot of things that triggers. There are interesting triggers. I'm
Yeah.
curious, as we all talk about triggers, and we talked about it this morning. If you would like to share it in the comment, what are some of your positive triggers? And if you want to share a negative trigger, you can do that too. But what are some of your triggers that that cause you to think of something in the past? Like I said, that pot roast, or the smell of pot roast. The other thing that gets me all the time, waffles. I When I smell maple syrup and
Mm.
waffles, it takes me to my childhood. And then I'm always like, where are the eggs that go with it? I'm thinking about my auntie who used to make breakfast for me, make the best breakfasts for me. And I used to love my waffles. The smell of
So
them.
I got one for you. So, and I had this conversation with Ronald couple maybe I think it was last week because we were actually it was over the weekend. We were up by my parents this past weekend. And I was saying, how my mom's cooking, when I smell her cooking, it reminds me of when I was younger, but it reminds me of my grandmother's cooking. Because my grandmother used to come out from Jamaica for the summertime and spend them with us. And my parents' house is in the middle of the block. Our bus stop was at the end of the block. When you get off the bus, I used to be able to smell my grandmother's cooking from the end of the block, and I knew it was her cooking. My grandma had a very distinctive way of cooking with certain spices like pimento seeds and cloves and that type of stuff. And then my mom picked up on that. And then I remember a couple months ago, I had made some curry chicken and rice and peas. And Ronald said, "This tastes like your mom's cooking."
Mm.
So it's like how it, like, generations passed down food, and like how you cook and how you season. And like it made me proud when he said that, because it was like, oh wow, I actually picked that up.
Yes, you grabbed it.
Yeah.
It's little things. Even like for instance, Adrian and I are doing this stuff, and this is his little baby, and I'm designing it and everything here, and he picked out a lot of the furniture, a lot of the stuff he picked out himself, and I was so proud of him because obviously me being his pop to him, and he's seeing how I design, and I've been designing for God, now it's been like almost 40 years, and so he's picked up a lot of my designing skills. I never sat down and say, "Hey, Adrian." Well, sometimes I would say, "Adrian, this should be this, or this will be that, or maybe this." Like even the other day, I think it was yesterday. I taught him how to create towel rolls. Because we have this beautiful towel roll rack that's mounted to the wall. So the
Okay.
towels need to be rolled a certain way, folded in, rolled.
Bro.
And so that way you don't have the jagged edges on the end. You want to always have the towel roll. So I was sharing him with that yesterday. It's amazing how you're he's still learning, obviously, from me, my interior design. But it's always amazing when you see people instinctively do what you've done and know how to do it without you have ever said a word.
Yeah,
Just
people pick up things when you're around people for a very long time. You pick up a lot of their habits and their traits. It's just
yeah,
like with married people. They say
good and
that
bad.
you really do become one, because you take on those traits, good or bad,
Yeah.
of the other person.
So it was just really cool. He picked up the furniture. I was like, oh, okay. I was like, oh, nice. I hate that. I was like, I approve. So, but
All right,
yeah,
so
that's interesting. Okay, we have something
Chris,
we start.
yeah,
Let's go to the trigger. Did we go to the trigger here? Chris says,
yeah.
I
What?
get
Okay, go ahead.
triggered when people are mean to me. If you yell at me, I will literally black out for a few seconds. That's why I
Mm.
have no comeback. I just stand there like a deer in headlights.
You need a gay friend.
Mm,
I say that to lighten the mood, because a gay
yes,
person will get you a good comeback real quick.
girl. Oh my gosh, you'll have a Wendy
we're,
Williams moment. Clap
we're
that.
quick with the wit.
Quick with the tongue whip. But
But I get
that's
that.
interesting you would say that because there was a young man that I when I was a yo- when I was a young I was a youth leader at that time, youth director. I may have been youth leader. I think I was still a youth director at that time. And I remember raising my voice. I raised my voice, and the kid was shocked. Just stood there, like you just said. Just and I realized that the young man had been traumatized by his stepfather.
Mm,
And but again, that was just me raising my voice over a certain octave triggered him. And like you just said, he was terrified. Me, I was just raising my voice, just kind of like talk about the subject. But the way the elevation of my voice went, it triggered him
yeah.
and reminded him of his stepfather.
Mm,
That was that was the first time I realized that you know triggers. And I was probably about in my 20s when that happened. But it was, yeah, triggers. Triggers are real and we have them. We all have triggers, whether they're good or bad, and we have multiples of them, lots of them.
Yeah.
Thank you, Chris, for sharing that. Thank you so much. Um, Mimi said that part, Chris, or a friend like me. Mimi knows how to do this. She knows how to cut down. Mimi saying, "Come over, I'll tell you how to cut them down." What's this? Kelly A says, "Visuals of a Burger King Whopper reminds me of my Big Mama grandmother. She loved them."
Yeah.
The triggers, they're all around us, good or bad.
And they're different for
And
everybody.
yeah, they're different for everyone. I have smell triggers. I It's so funny that and I'll go back to that. Music and red velvet cake, says Mimi. My mom made the best. Yeah. Triggers. Those are good triggers. I see
I
here
think there was. God.
Renee says, she said, "I'm not a hugger at all." And she reminds me of one of my closest friends, like a younger sister to me. You know her, Winter. We all traveled together, Winter, Nia, and Mimbo. Winter does not like human touch. You cannot hug her. You can't do like this. She doesn't like human touch. And when I first met her, we had to adjust our way we greet because I'm a hugger. I would come in, "Hey, Winter," and she's like, "Oh, no, 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 no."
I I always ask, where does that come from? Because there's something behind that.
Yeah, she
Yeah.
hates hugs. She cannot be touched. She has no. She doesn't like physical touch, and I was like, wow. So our friendship, obviously, we've been friends for like going on 20 years, I do believe, and when I see her, she lets me get one hug. She's like we get one hug in, and then that's it. There's no more hugs for the whole trip,
Well, that's a good compromise,
and that's a
though.
good compromise.
Yeah.
But she's
Because
like a little sister
she's
to me.
letting down her boundary to allow you into her space.
Yes, and she knows that that's my love language. So we
Yeah.
know each other's love language. Now her love language is food. She
Hmm.
loves to make sure you have the good food, know where to find the good food, where the good food is, and also she loves research. You give her anything, she'll research it. You just say
Okay.
the man on the moon, 1969, and she researches. I mean, she loves it, and it makes her happy. Everyone has their. I wasn't going down this road, but speaking of those triggers, I'm learning, and I'm continually to learn. I was reminded this week because of my trigger that everyone has their own love language. One of the first things I learned when I was in marriage class, believe it or not, I was going to get married at one point. And I went to marriage class because they always say it's a good thing to do when you're young and you're getting ready to get married. One of the things you should do is go to marriage counseling, marriage class, where it was a bunch of married couples who all be together. We were all learning from the older married couples
And
and
couples.
counselors, and you learn the do's and the don'ts of how to be a married couple. And it helps you. It helps you to identify one, some people in the class realize, oh, I'm not marrying this person. And so that saves that person from a bad marriage, like it did me. I was like, hell no, she can't do that. And I'm not taking on all her debt. It's hell no.
Ron done
She got
cursed
hundred
on
thousand
here.
dollars worth of debt. I'm not taking it on. So, but the thing is definitely everyone has their own love language. And you, if you're a good friend, or you want to be a good friend, you have to take time to decode them, as in like ask them questions and help ask them to help you understand their love language. Chris, what do you have to say about that, being the married one of the bunch?
Well, about in regards to
Like you
what?
and Ron, did you have to learn what Ron's love
So
language? Like
So
his
I
love
will say
language,
this.
I know one from just being around you. Ron's love language, sorry, not Ron, Ronald.
Yeah,
Love language is food. He loves to cook.
he does. That is definitely
That's
one of
one
his.
thing I know about Ron.
Yeah. So the funny thing is, like, everyone is different, and everyone learns their partner at different rates. I will say for us, the time that we were able to like really learn each other was very short. I would say honestly, within like a month and a half, 2 months, we really knew a lot about each other. It's actually kind of scary. And our love language, is one is food, is touch. The one thing, if you ever see us, is like we're always just like touching on one another, like just that physical connection of touching one another, like that's really, really important for us. Um, but yeah, I think it's really important to know who your partner is, because if you don't know who that person that you're with is, you're going on a really bumpy road.
Yeah, but everyone has a different love language,
And
and
everyone has a different love language, and everyone has a different connection, marriage, partnership, whatever. You can't
that's
look at
right.
other people and say, I want to be like this person, because everyone's situation is different. And I think that's where a lot of people get into trouble with. They're trying to model their marriage after someone else's. You can look at other people as reference. We look at our parents. Our parents both have been married for decades, okay? And we know their marriages aren't perfect, but they've been together. They've been, through the good and the bad, and we look up to that. But we don't model ourselves and our marriage against theirs.
Yeah, I always find that also in relationships too. Like you have to learn your business partner. We were talking about some friends yesterday about some friends. One of the business partners, I had an inkling years ago that they were not going to last as business partners because their language was different in how they perceive the world. You know, there's a language. Everything has a language, and that's something you learn as you get older. Is that there's love language, as in the love language between you as a couple, but there's love languages as friendships.
Hmm.
Like, how many times has your friend may have hurt your feelings, but unintentionally, but they just didn't understand your love language and you didn't understand theirs.
Yeah,
So the love language. Wow, we're t- what's Chris? We're doing
almost
good today.
time. Yeah.
I think there was one that we wanted. There was one I starred, and this is the wonderful Bryson. Obviously, he loves to bring us some good information. We got the Tate brothers arrested by U.S. Marshals, and they taking them back to UK for prison time.
Yeah.
Now, what I will say about this, because I just watched this morning, an interview about this, and these guys were bad guys. I
Yeah.
mean, they were into
Talk about raping women,
SA
abusing.
culture.
Yeah.
Should I say that? Can I say SA culture? You can't use the R word. You know that rhymes with ape, so you
Well,
can't
no,
use that.
sexual assault. Sexual
Yes.
assault.
So
They talk about it
SA,
publicly.
yeah, they were responsible for trafficking, teaching young men online how to abuse women, and I mean these, but but what the interviewer was asking of this, I guess AG or whatever it was, or district attorney or whatever, was saying to them, why was it easier for the UK to bring charges, and why did America allow this man to be free?
Hello, wait, you're asking the wrong question. I mean, this thing about who is running this country and what,
Exactly, and that's her
okay,
response.
and everyone knew who these people were, and they
Yes,
were invited into the U.S. by
yes,
Trump and his
by the
people.
orange man. And
Yeah,
so,
so
and when they were
that's
talking, I said, why is it that everything with sexual crimes always connects
funnels,
you to the orange man
because that's what they're about.
and the MAGA party and the Republicans? These people are, I'm telling you, misfit toys. So anyway,
Broken.
thank you, Bryson. I mean, you could follow that, what's going on. And also, speaking of the UK has a new prime minister.
Oh yeah, I heard about that.
The seventh new prime, the seventh prime minister in 10 years. Hell, they can't keep a prime minister. And they say African nations can't rule themselves. I just thought it just made me laugh when I heard that. Seven prime ministers in 10 years, within the last 10 years. That's some crazy. And then, but there are some elitists that in UK, in the United States, and other places in the Western, as they say, world, that always look down on African countries and say they can't rule themselves. I think these Americans and the UKs and the Germans, they've been having some rough times over the last decade. So, human nature. It doesn't matter if you're black or white, yellow, green, whatever color you are, whatever nation you are, human beings are all the same. Corruption will be corruption if you allow corruption to be, and all the other stuff that goes with
Yep.
leading. Okay, Chris, I think that's it. I think we come to the end of the road. Is there any
Yep.
more subjects in there? Oh, did
Oh
you
yeah,
see?
Bryce.
Oh,
Yeah,
yes, did you
the
see the
trail got
trailer?
released. Yeah, it's epic.
It's gonna be epic.
This is an epic
IMAX. This is
movie.
IMAX worthy. Also,
Yeah.
who's ready for Avengers Doomsday on December 18th? Who watched the trailer? Adrian
Yeah.
had us all shut up.
So listen,
as
I
they
saw.
as they did the trailer the other day online. It all was released at some particular time, and
Yeah.
Adrian was like waiting
I
for it, and it
I did
started.
not want to watch it on my phone. I waited till I got back home, and I wanted to watch it on the big screen TV. And I watched it. And I was just like, oh, "This is going to be so awesome."
Adrian was like, "Silence."
I don't blame him.
He was like, "Please be quiet. Please be quiet."
And if you have
was,
if you have Disney Plus, it's the trailer is actually in the Disney Plus app on
yes, and you can
Smart
find it
TV.
also on the YouTube. I think it's
Yeah,
Disney YouTube
yeah.
channel, because they released it. Was it yesterday? It was yesterday,
No, it
or the day before
was, let's say,
yesterday.
it was Monday. It was
It
Monday.
was Monday. Monday was the
Yeah.
release, and I tell you, but it was good. I didn't see it when Adrian was watching it, but he was doing it. I mean, and
It's
then Nancy went to check
so
it out
good.
as well, and then I
Listen to
looked at
me.
it after yesterday.
All of the franchises are in this movie.
Yes,
Like
the
literally everything.
X-Men, all of them.
Fantastic Four. I mean, every Black Panther. I mean, everything, everybody is in this movie.
It's going to be a
All the
grand.
the timelines have merged.
The timelines have merged, y'all.
Yeah. And
Anyway,
this is the movie that sets up for all the other split
for
off
the
movies that
next
they'll do for the
generation, right?
Independence. Yeah. Yeah.
Woo, we
Anyway.
covered some good subjects today, kiddo.
Oh, and it looks like we're ending at a good time because your feed, Ron, is frozen.
Oh, I'm frozen? Oh.
Yeah. I can hear you, but I think we're actually both frozen. We're not going out. Hello? Uh-oh. Yeah, we're frozen. Oh, there we go. Go ahead, Ron. Oh, can you guys see me? Oh, yeah. All right. So, well, I guess we're gonna end there. Ron's feed is frozen. I guess they didn't pay that internet bill down there. Can you guys still hear and see me? Oh, so you guys can't hear me. Okay. So don't forget to subscribe, to follow, to share. Um, oh, there we go. And then we'll see you guys back here tomorrow. Have a great day, everybody. We'll see you tomorrow. Bye bye.